Hello family and friends, and welcome to my YouTube channel, Journey to Health and Weight Loss. I'm Hilda Crawford, and I've lost over 225 pounds in the last 3.5 years. I created my channel in order to encourage others like myself who had a large amount of weight to lose or some serious health issues to overcome. Tonight I want to talk to you about finding or developing a good, strong why. If you have been following my videos over the last few days, you probably already know mine. But just in case this is your first visit with me, I'm going to tell you that 3.5 years ago when my journey started, I woke up Christmas morning of 2018, tried to get out of bed and walk and stand, and fell down. I fell down 3 times. And was not able to get up that day. I ended up bedridden that day, and I've been bedridden pretty much for the last 3.5 years. If you go back and look at my video from yesterday, you'll see that I'm doing physical therapy in order to be able to walk again. But that was my big strong why. I realized that I was too young, I was only 61 years old, to be stuck in bed, totally reliant on my husband or my son or someone else to do everything for me. It's like God just had to take a skillet and whack me up beside the head to say, hey, you weigh 440 pounds or more, and that should have been enough. That should have been enough of a why, and I'm sure most of you agree with that. But somehow or another, I was able to be blind to that, or convince myself that I wasn't as large as I had been in the past, or some such nonsense, or that my health wasn't declining, or that I wasn't getting to the point where I wasn't going to be able to take care of myself. I was denying until literally I could not take care of myself. Talk about a strong why, having to rely on someone else, and realizing that I felt hopeless. I felt helpless. I had a young grandson who was only 8 years old at the time, and my son had not married at the time, and I just felt like I was going to miss weddings, I was going to miss graduations, I was going to miss everything, and I was terrified. I remember that morning actually saying, I'm worthless, I'm just not, I just wish I could be gone because I just can't. I'm worthless. That's how I felt. And I know I'm not. I truly, that's not where I live or think or dwell most of the time. I'm much more upbeat. But that day was that is how I felt that morning. But I started studying. Being stuck put me in a place where I was like, I'm going to figure this out. I'm going to find something that works for me, because everything I had tried hadn't worked. It's not like I hadn't tried it all over the years. I had tried many times. What I found worked for me was keto, intermittent fasting, and extended fasting. I owe a lot of what I've learned to Dr. Annette Bosworth, DrBoz, and Jason Fung, and Dr. Ken Berry. All of these excellent sources. But the one I resonated most with was Dr. Annette Bosworth, DrBoz, and her story of Grandma Rose. And I basically just started following the same diet that Grandma Rose did to overcome her cancer at the time. And I lost over 150 pounds that first year and stopped feeling quite so worthless. I did... That first 6 months, I literally didn't even have a way of getting out of bed. Really just didn't. So you can imagine, all the caregiver situation and all that. But we've finally figured out a way to get me up and out. And so, I have been able to move and in a wheelchair and around the house. And just very recently, though, I've learned how to use a slide board, so it's much easier to get in and out of vehicles and actually participate in life much more. But anyway, I have a strong why. And I'm talking to you tonight, and I'm telling you that if your why is that you want to lose 20 pounds, or your why is that you just want to lose weight, or your why is you just want to get into that bathing suit or that special dress, that's not enough. You're going to hit a wall, and you're going to want something, and that why is not going to sustain you. You really need to dig deep and figure out what it is and why you want to lose the weight, why you want to regain your health, what it is that you really that will really sustain you when you get a heavy craving, or you just want something that's not on your keto diet list, or if you're trying to do some intermittent fasting, that's just not time to break the fast yet, but you want it. You need a strong why. So I'm telling you now to spend some time, do some soul searching, write some things out, find a good why, and apply it to your life. In the meantime, I want to tell you that my book is in the show notes below, Journey to Health and Weight Loss, the same name as my show. And there's the Amazon link to both the paperback and the Kindle format. I'm working on the Audible format. And a link to DrBoz's YouTube channel is also down there. I highly recommend you follow her. She's very inspirational. Lots of great health information. I couldn't have done what I've done over the last 3.5 years without her. And thirdly, a support group. You really need a support group in addition to a good strong why. And I highly recommend the Keto Mindset on Facebook, and the link to that is also in the show notes below. Anyway, be blessed, and I will see you again soon.